That's not what I said, but
I have a young kid. If that woman that
Do you
I'm
let them
interested
know
in,
the
if
front
hold
door
on, hold on.
after you
No,
build a
again,
relationship
again,
or
again. You have to be understanding from the get go. If the person doesn't know everything about you from the get go, then you're just playing that fool. Be honest from the start. You'll get an honest relationship. If you have two kids, can't say I have one kid. That's not honest. If you're saying you have a 3-year-old that you have 50% of the time, you state that. So they can now compute and say, okay, I might have to juggle schedules. I might have to share time with this person's child. Like all those factors come in. So again, every situation is different. So you have to come in there with a blank sheet and make your deductive way of figuring it if this person fits you. You
honestly,
have a 2-year-old. You have a 2-year-old. Okay.
yes, I do.
Right. So if you were looking for a partner right off the bat,
It'd be
you would have
one
to
of the
tell that
first things
person.
I said.
Right. So now that person, if he's interested in you, will sit back and say, "Oh, do I want to be involved in a child's life? That's not mine. That's their decision." At the same time, you can't fault them if they're not interested.
No,
Just go on your
it's
way.
not a fault. It's not a fault by no means. But what I have experienced firsthand is somebody that did not think they wanted two things, any children or any more children, right? And you getting to know me and me being honest with you isn't an invitation to come meet my son, right? It's let me and you build our relationship still, and you just have to know this fact for you to store in the back of your head as we're going along and trying to develop our relationship. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that relationship still involves your son. So
Not until I want it to.
but
The
here,
fact is up front. The relationship from man to him, no shot.
so I'm actually going to give you an example. So I was dating a girl. She had an 8-year-old, and the father came and got him on weekends. So we planned a weekend away. The father never came, so our weekend got canceled. So that's not something that I'm interested in doing all the time, because now the child does affect me because I don't get a lot of weekends off. So
As that mom, I would flat out cancel our trip.
Hold on.
Let me finish. So that does affect the relationship, because we had to cancel the plans because the father never came and got the son.
Welcome to the fact that shit happens.
Well, that's
correct. But it's also going to happen more. It's more likely to happen if you have a younger child. If you have a 17-year-old, you can leave them at home. If you have an 18-year-old, leave them at home.
Right.
It's not.
What, for them to have a super fucking big party, get cops called for underage drinking, smoking, whatever.
That's TV movie stuff.
But that's an extreme.
Or the other. There's risk with both ages.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're actually using an extreme. Can a child?
Younger children.
No. I told you what happened.
Even if my son's dad bailed out, I could hire a sitter.
Okay, you could. I'm giving you an example of what happened.
We're getting off the subject.
Yeah, I know we are.
That's what I was getting ready to say.
Right.
This is not even what we're supposed to be on here
talking
about.
So
yes. We're getting off the subject.
As you guys pointed out, and you said it, that what we were saying was that was a trick question, and that's kind of what I said when I first started, that it's different for everyone. It's not, you can't generalize what a man wants in a big spectrum of
exactly.
want this. It's a person to person and it's based on their experience and what have you. So
100%.
why don't we flip the script and let the men tell us what they
want?
Yeah, what they want.
I actually haven't even heard my brother's voice yet.
I was gonna say, Big Reg.
Why being so quiet?
Oh, he's just listening. He's a
quiet.
smart man.
He always quiet. He always sits back and he just observes.
Oh yeah.
All right,
Old
well,
school.
let's hear it.
Come on, old
Come
school.
on, Reg. Come on, Reg.
I listen and I think. All right. First of all, you guys got some very, very smart, intelligent young ladies that are on the podcast. But the factors, and one did touch on it, but I don't know if they really feel that way. You know, you heard sex mentioned, but then all the additives came into it afterwards. It is based on a man's maturity and his stage in life. That's what he's looking for or what he wants.
Exactly. That's
Preach,
so
Reg.
true.
Absolutely.
Preach.
Myself, and even adding into the factors that you guys mentioned just on the off subject, those things come into play. Whether or not you want to date someone with kids, like I said, is a choice, or you can see the other way where you do get to know the person and build a relationship, and the kid is part of the new family that you make your own adjustments. That's going to be that individual's choice and how it wants to continue and carry on with the relationship. I think you guys are very smart, but it is based on maturity and where a man's stage is in his life. That's going to determine what he's want and expecting from a woman.
Thank you, Reg. Thank you, Reg. Thank you, Reg. Thank you, Reg. I'm still thanking Reg. Reg. Thank you, Reg.
Because
You nailed it though with the age and the maturity. There's a difference between a man and a boy.
Correct.
And then there's different levels of where a man's at in maturity, just like there are in women, to be honest.
Right.
I know with me, I'm going to be 51. I've been married twice. I don't plan on getting married again. I'm at the stage in my life where I just want honesty. I want communication and to be treated and loved in the right way, respectfully. And the main thing is me and my brother, Harv was just talking the other night. I just want communication. Just communicate. And when you communicate, pick up the phone. Don't text me. I hate that texting mess. I mean, men and women, I'm not just going to call men out. Hang on, Reg. Men and women gotten away with communicating, with texting over everything. What happened to the old way where you just pick up the phone and talk to someone?
Girl,
That's what I want.
I like
I
you
guess I'm old
so much, girl.
Hey.
I love this girl. You keep on preaching that.
That's
Keep on
all I
preaching that.
want.
Hey,
So-
Tam, hey, Tam,
Yes.
we can ghost you better if we're not talking to you.
Reg throwing that fire. Oh
He
gosh.
always
Now,
does. He always does.
as Tanya mentioned, because again, there's 3 men here, and all of
I
us
know.
have our different likes, dislikes, and features we would want to see in a partner. And I want us as men to explain what we look for in a partner. Jules, would you want to start?
Do you mind if I ask 2 questions to you men first? Simple yes or no.
Sure, why not?
Go on.
Is it important to y'all as men for your ladies to get along with your immediate family?
I don't get along with some of my immediate
I was gonna
family.
say that depends how close you are to your family. That's a loaded question.
Many relationships struggle because boyfriend doesn't get along with parents or girlfriend doesn't get along with parents. So
But okay, here's the thing. You don't have to get along with them. Your life is with that person. If they are not accepting
that's what
your
I'm getting
relationship,
at. Thank you.
you move it around. But if you are a family person and you want that connection, then you have to now compromise or make it work. Other than that, you have no relationship. That's all.
So
That's an easy answer.
So for me to answer the question, do you have to get along with my immediate family? No, but you will respect my family.
Thank you.
Amen.
You don't have to like or agree, but respect.
You don't have to get along with anybody. No one anyone has to get along with anybody. What we do is what we do.
Yes.
But you will never get away with disrespecting my family. That's just the bottom line of it.
100.
And do you believe, Jules? Do you believe that's a two-way street between you and?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, no. See, I'm also so similar to Tanya. I'm 50. I'm going to be 51. She's going to be 51. So
She's like.
So communication. I mean, the first thing I do want communication, because I want to know what I'm getting myself into even before I go down that road. As of right now, like me personally, I'm not in a space to date anybody. I got way too much shit going on. I'm fine with hanging out with whoever. Adrian knows I go out all the time, and I don't, I'm not looking for anything. So I communicate that from the beginning.
I like that. I like that.
So,
You've always been that way, though. Have you always communicated your truth from the door?
And unfortunately,
you've always came across as a straight shooter to me.
He has been.
But sometimes it doesn't always come across correct to the listener.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
That's normally the problem.
Some people get butthurt.
But so what I do need to understand, what I do need to say is, if someone does have a preference of some sort, you have to respect that preference.
Yeah.
You know it's validated, and it's probably for a reason. So you just have to go along with that. But sex, it's really, I mean, like at this point, it's really not the end all be all, because if you can't have any type of communication, the sex, you can literally go buy sex. That's what the deal is.
Now,
so
thank you.
Now, Jules.
Obviously, I want a mature woman. I don't think I don't like calling women independent, because when you say you're independent, it means you don't need anyone. I don't want a woman that doesn't need me to be with her. So no, I don't want.
Are you successful in what you do?
I'm successful in everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
And in your mind, you did that independently, right?
No. Because
Exactly.
I can't do anything.
Exactly.
I'm
do
his
anything
partner.
without somebody else.
I'm his business partner.
It can spiral into this.
Yeah, I'm not independent. I'm not going to see, for some reason, and I don't understand why, like, women have to tell somebody that they're independent. You show your character is bigger than anything you say.
Well, can I say something about that?
Yes,
absolutely.
I
Here we
have
go.
literally never described myself as independent, but people call me that all the time. So I feel like sometimes men put that label, because I've never actually used that to describe myself, but men always call me independent. So
do you know why?
Do you know why? Women independent, like what she's saying, when they're intimidated, because she does get her own.
Yes.
She does
Okay.
provide. She
You've
she
made.
doesn't need you. And
Yes.
and then to keep kind of domino affecting that is, a man or a woman should never need one another. They should want one another.
Okay.
So
See?
yes, being independent is not bad. Girl, do you?
Hey,
Amen.
we have 4 women here who are independent women, right? But it's their choice to take on a partner in this world. So again, you're already independent. I don't know what I can't speak today. Don't know why. Jeez. I got so excited.
Sound it
Telling
out.
You good,
I don't know what happened, man. I got all this energy. It's coming out everywhere. Blah. But anyways, as I was trying to say, I was gonna ask Jules. Jules, do you know your 5 love languages?
Oh,
Oh,
stop.
calm down. Oh. I will mute you.
Actually, you need to chill out. We're
I
about to
will
put you in
mute
jail.
you,
It
Missy.
says, do you, so I made
Nope,
notes.
stop.
I wanted to say. My question is, do men know about
Mute
Yeah,
her.
they know now.
Look, Ash, you gotta follow. You gotta follow the rules. here.
It's-
We
it's-
gotta.
it's-
I just want to know if men know about those because I was very surprised to just hear that.
Well, you just cut him off from when he was talking about it.
He asked you about it. My question is to you.
No,
Do men
don't ask me. Don't ask me anything.
But I'm
Don't ask me
trying to-
anything.
I'm trying
Let
to
him finish
that.
talking.
My question.
Let him finish talking.
I paid a lot of money for this microphone. I want to use it, damn
Let
it.
me talk.
Yeah, let me sip some water.
Oh my God. I know I gotta take a drink.
Gosh, darn it. Now, excuse me, Jules. As I was saying, I got my confidence back. See, here we go. Fire now. You know the 5 love languages. Is correct? Correct?
You're asking me.
I'm asking
No, I
you.
don't.
You don't.
I
Okay.
don't.
And that's something I've learned through movies, through documentaries, books, tapes, CDs. There's a lot of things scientifically that can be helpful in relationships. All right. So
Mhm.
let me just explain now. We have the act of service. Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't make me mute you.
I was
No,
just
stop.
You said that.
Nope,
acts of
stop.
Service, right?
Stop.
I'm
I'm
not.
not
So I
done.
said, mhm.
I'm not done. Mm-hmm.
Somebody just texted me and said mute her.
Oh no. I don't want to pull that trigger finger right now. It was ready to go, but I said no.
That
Let
was
me
a question.
chill.
Hmm?
Let me chill. So
I was
Oh my God.
okay, you got receiving
Excuse me.
gifts. Receiving gifts is another love language. Quality time is another
Mhm.
love language. Words of affirmation is another one. And physical touch. Those are the 5. Now, in those 5, what do you think you are? Now, you can't have more than one. That's the big problem when it comes to talking about the love languages. You can have more than one love language. So, how does someone that you're interested in show, or how do you accept their affection? That's what I'm trying
Are
to
you
get
asking me? Are you asking me?
to. I'm asking you specifically,
All right.
a
Can you
man.
give me the 5 again?
Oh, god damn.
I gotta
All
write
right.
it down.
Okay.
Jules, kill me.
Acts of service. All right.
Okay.
Receiving gifts.
Okay.
Quality time.
Okay.
Words of affirmation. And physical touch.
I am the last 3.
So you like quality time with that person. You want someone to big you up, keep you solid, and of course,
Dig each
the
other
physical
up. I like
touch.
digging each other up.
Well, no, I'm just talking to you right now. I understand,
Okay. All right.
I
I'm
know you're a
listening,
positive guy. but that's
feel
you.
you. Yeah.
Okay. So, on the flip side, what do you want, or no? How should I say? What are features or traits in a woman that you would like to see in your partner?
The same 3 that I am.
So you want you want them to have quality time with you?
Yep.
You want them to give you words of affirmation,
Absolutely.
and
And
you want
touch.
them to physically touch you. Okay.
And touch.
So if you were in a relationship and they were, I don't know, let me just bring another one up. And they
The
were giving you
first couple.
gifts. and they were giving you gifts, would you
Mhm.
feel comfortable or weird accepting gifts from your partner?
I'm not really into gifts.
Mm.
So I am, as you well know, the way that I speak all the time, I'm more into support.
Right.
So along with the support comes the communication. Those are my top two, and then touch would be the third. But I'm not so much into gifts, giving or receiving gifts. And the first one was, what was the first one you said?
Acts of service.
Acts of service. I don't even know what that means.
It means you come home from work one day and I want to rub your feet. Or
Yes.
I want to rub your back because your back hurts. That's an act of service.
That's touch. That's still touch.
It's
But
not.
it's the
No.
act
The other
of
one
giving.
says
Acts of
intimacy.
service is
It's service. Something you would go
Listen.
pay somebody for.
okay. Ashley, let me- acts of service is not, that is touch, what you just said. Acts of service is the car needs to have an oil change and he knows it and he takes your car and he gets an oil
Right.
change.
Oh,
Okay.
Something, he sees something that needs to be fixed and he fixes it.
Or
He-
the dishes are piled up and
Exactly.
you don't
That's
need to do
act-
it. And
that
he
is
wants to
act
step
of
in
service.
for you.
Basically,
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do
basically,
that.
actions speak louder than words.
Them work.
Words.
Okay.
Follow it up
Absolutely.
with what you're doing.
So
Say
I would say
something,
on
you're gonna
four
do
of
it.
them. I just didn't know what the first one was.
Oh no,
And
all good.
in order
This
to
is why
do
we're
the-
here.
Right. In order to do the 5 love languages, you have to do a quiz. It's very simple. It's on the 5 love languages, and
Yeah, let's
there's
do
a
it now.
singles edition. There's a singles edition as well, and
Oh.
it just asks you random questions. So I think it's 5 love languages singles edition.
There's a
And-
singles, there's a couples, and there's a marriage. You got it.
Hey Jules, would you like to do the
So
quiz?
It asks you questions, and then at the end of the quiz, you get the level like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How many points for each one? Mine actually ties. Mine is quality time and acts of service is my 2, and then it's touch.
Mine's acts
okay.
of service. Mine's acts of service and affirmations.
Okay. So I'm 4 out of 5. Yeah, that's not bad. Like, I'm 80% over here.
In all honesty, I definitely want to encourage you to take this quiz. It takes like literally maybe 10 minutes at best. And it,
Probably
like
won't do
you
it.
said, it does rank. So out of the
I was gonna
5,
say he ain't doing it.
I'm just being honest. I probably won't do it. It sounds
Well,
cool, though.
this is
I'm
my
sure
take
you
on
won't.
it.
And if you get with a good enough woman, she's going to be able to read you and know yours.
Well, this is what I would recommend. I know you said you won't do it, but when you are ready and you're vibing with a particular woman, I think you should take
And
it.
care
So
enough to do it.
this is why I think you should. So this is the background here. Everybody receives love differently.
Right.
And you could be in a relationship with this young lady, and like you said, she's buying you gifts because that's her love language,
Okay.
but it's not your love language. And so many relationships break up because both parties do not understand how the other person wants to receive love.
All
So
of
if
that.
you're doing acts of service and she just wants a Louis bag, you're going to always have a fight because she wants the bag and you want to do the service. So in order to do the test, you should do it with the person. So it gives you a little bit of an insight as to how this person wants to be loved. And so
She
I
just
recommend
nailed
it.
all that.
Yeah, I recommend it when you go into a relationship that you think is going to be serious, because you can kind of see it from their perspective without having to drill them full of questions. What about this? What about this one? The quiz does it for you.
Yeah.
Where's this quiz at?
And you could take it together, but yet separately on
www.5lovelanguages.com.
Doing it right now.
I'll-
But I already know
I'll
my
send
love
Jules
languages,
the
but
link
anyways.
to it, and he could disperse it to everybody. Girl,
Yeah,
Now-
she
now-
hit
hit
that
the
on the
nail on the
bullseye.
head. Like Jesus.
Now,
So, what about my brother here?
I was
'Cause
gonna ask him.
There
See,
you go.
Big Brother Reg,
Hey, what's the question?
let me hear you. I want to
You
know.
Damn question. They called me out on that shit.
I did. We got you. Got you. Surprise. We attacked you. First off, the love language is something a lot of people don't know about. So I don't really. I was just testing to see if you knew about it. Sorry about that, folks. My camera went out. But in terms of traits or qualities in a woman, Reg, what do you look for in a woman?
Oh, that's a tough one. Traits or qualities?
Both.
I would have to, go the same route as Harvard. That right now, I really don't know what I want. I don't.
Do you know what you don't want?
Yeah, what I don't want is any problems.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
What I don't like in a woman is fairy tales and fantasies. A lot of girls out there have, life should be this dream and this way. We're gonna have a wedding with 30 people in it and stuff like that. All that stuff. Nah, not me at all.
So you don't want that Disney wedding?
No.
I mean this.
You can say that stuff.
All right.
But,
I want Reggie to put a light on.
I did.
Yeah, I got it
I
right here.
couldn't see. I don't got my glasses on, so I was like, I need to see better.
So I'm gonna break
Looks
down.
like Deadpool over there.
I'm gonna break down what I'm looking for, because again, these gentlemen are in a spot that they're really comfortable in where they are, and they're happy with where they are. I got a relationship 2 years ago, and I was in a dark spot trying to figure out how to fix me if I was the problem. Really, truly, it's not per se I was the problem. It's just I didn't connect with the person. So you then go back, find yourself again, get back out there. The most important thing that is attractive on a woman is confidence. Confidence is the one thing that can light up a room, can get you over the hump, and push you or get you out of a dark spot. Confidence that they can do something for you, with you. That's something that I see in a woman that is attractive, right? Again, forget all the physical stuff in a woman, because again, that is
Hey, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
And the ladies here maybe can answer that. What is the deal with women feeling as though that a man needs to chase them?
Ooh.
I'm not that. I'm not that at all. Because I can tell you right now, the relationship that I'm in now, when you gentlemen, my brothers, meet him, you would be surprised when you see him, because he is so out of the box that I would normally date. He's not a chaser, and I'm not a chaser. So he's someone I wouldn't even look twice at if I saw him out on the street. But however, I went out of my box this time. And I did. I totally went out of my box. Once my brothers see him, they're going to be like, what? But I tried something different.
So you evolved from what you were doing before.
Yes, I seeing someone that I wouldn't even look twice at if I saw them out on the street. And he is someone that's very kind. I mean, he has his issues, like any relationship. We all have our issues.
For sure.
But when I met him, the first night that I met him, we were up to like 3 o'clock in the morning talking, and we just connected instantly. And that's what attracted me to him, was we just connected right then and there the first night I met him. And we were up to almost 3 o'clock in the morning talking. So I don't expect him to chase me. He didn't chase me. I didn't chase him. But I get what you're saying. There are women out there that want you. Now, I will say this.
Right.
When we get in an argument, I do expect him.
Then you want to be chased.
Yes, because normally, and I'm not going to lie, 9 out of 10, he is wrong. When he's wrong, I expect him to chase me. But if I'm wrong, I will chase him. And when I'm wrong, I'm the bigger woman. I will tell him, I'm sorry. I pick up the phone and apologize. But oh, yes, I do. He'll be the first to tell you in a heartbeat. When I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I tell him when I'm wrong. I mean, I'm woman enough to say when I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to deny that part. But if he's wrong, I expect him to chase me. I will not bend down to you if you're wrong. I'm very stubborn on that part. I'm a heartbeat, so I'm stubborn.
A curiosity that I was curious about,
But I don't know why. There are women out there that expect that.
I was going to say, I have something to say too.
Yeah, I do like to be chased. I don't require it, but like if a guy is going to chase me, the chances of getting me are going to skyrocket. And
it's a feeling of being
when I say chase, I don't mean like I'm going to tell you I'm not interested and you're going to keep pursuing me. Like there's a different type of chase. Like I'm going to let you know that I'm feeling you and you can continue this chase. Like I
gotcha.
Where I'm saying I'm not interested and you're like, well, I'm going to change your mind. That I don't like that. But if I'm interested and you're like, well, I'm going to make you more interested, game's on. That's a good way to reach me.
Okay.
And
she's got her hand raised.
Hold on. Tanya, speak on it.
Woo! Okay. I wanted to ask if he would give me a scenario of this chase that you see women
what does
are
chase look
for you. Because see, this is the big picture. We have words and definitions and we're not matching, right? Mm-hmm. So where chase
she's
means
wise
one
as
thing,
fuck.
chase can mean one
Let her
thing to
speak.
me and different to you. Like, and so I don't like to tell someone, oh, that's bad, or that's good. I want to know, what is your idea of chase?
Right.
Give me a example.
I would like to hear that as well.
Yeah. Right. And give me an example and then I'll say my part.
Yes.
I don't exactly have an example, but I see the perspective that the other young lady had, to where a gentleman is pursuing, but she let him know she's not interested, but he continues to pursue. I understand that perspective. But I can't give an example, right example.
Can I ask you something, sir?
Nope.
Huh?
If you wanted to really pursue a woman, what would you do to do it? You personally.
That's
But does it depend on who it is?
Yes.
Explain that.
Please let him answer the question.
Yeah.
Let him answer the question.
It's who it is, but also the response that you get from that person.
If it's worth the chase.
I could take you out to dinner, the first time or something like that. But if it's not clicking or you're not responding to what I'm putting out there, I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gone.
So that's what you mean about the chase part. If the chemistry is not there, you both are not receiving what you're expecting, then you feel like women are assuming that you should chase them.
I mean, I haven't exactly been in the total situation because I'm not the one.
I have.
But, I mean, this is what the whole point of the forum is, to understand the mind of a man and what his perceptions are in dating, and then how it contrasts to a female. So when I hear chase, it sounds negative to you, but I would replace the word chase with court.
Mm-hmm.
Old school. I like
so
it.
There we go.
So therefore, when someone says they are courting me, which we've lost that somehow in the the generations of generations.
You know why?
We have lost that time where if a man was interested in you, he asked questions, he spent the time, he put the time in to understand who you are, and then you guys put the relationship from there.
You want to give the definition of courting, because I don't think a lot of people know it.
Well,
unfortunately,
courting is it's old school. I mean, you can look it up on
I know what it is.
Google,
I'm just saying for viewers.
Courting is you meet a woman, you find her attractive, you find her intelligent, she's hitting all the cylinders that you like, right? You want to know more about her, so you say, baby, I'm going to call you in 2 days. And you call her in 2 days. And you have a conversation, you don't text. You talk to her, you get to know her. What would you like? Would you like to go to dinner? Are you free on Friday? But today is Wednesday. Absolutely, babe. I want to pick you up. Then he picks you up and takes you to dinner on Friday. And you spend some time together. So he does what he says. He means what he says. He does what he says. And he wants to spend the quality time. I call what we do now microwave. Because you see the big booty. You see the big booty in the breast. You think she's fine. You take her to dinner, y'all having sex, and now she think I'm supposed to chase her.
Come on, so preach, girl.
Chasing and courting are two different things. So
I love it.
I'm looking for someone who's mature and is on a level that knows that I am someone he would want to have on his team, who wants his ride or die, who got my back and I got his back, and he got no problem calling me on Wednesday to take me out on Friday.
Absolutely.
So that's where we got away from in this whole scenario.
So my question is, are we chasing or are we courting?
Well, I think right now we're not doing either.
Oh, not you.
I think right now, did I lose him? Did I scare him?
No, he's there.
Reggie's there.
So say, where'd he go?
I'm sorry.
I really like your response to it, and I wish more people.
It's 100.
Now, Tanya,
more people understood that in life and got back to doing things like that. Yeah.
Now, Tanya, I will interject because you're 100% right of what you're saying. However, we as people
I'll be right back.
have got lazy.
Yes.
We've depended on the internet and all these things to help us get where we gotta go. And it takes the art of courting out. So that's why these apps are BS. Took myself off. It doesn't make any sense anymore because the art of talking to somebody. Hey Chelsea, how you doing?
Hi. Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt before, but I agree with you.
Oh, that's right. Well, again, it's a quick thumb press about this and that and this and that. You don't get personal with the person.
No,
so
you don't.
That's why when I meet somebody, often an app or site or whatever, I want to talk to them or I want to see them via video or go out and meet them, walk, talk. That's the connection.
That's why I created Singles Pop-Up. That's the whole reason why I created.
I see your username. I was like, hey.
Can you bring it to Canada?
Connections. Okay, I know. Jules got something. I'm going to mute myself.
So I just want to, before we get off of this real quick. So Tunde asked us three men a question and asked Reggie what he wants. And where I don't think we get credit is he said, I don't know what I want. So he's not creating what he thinks you want because he cannot perform that. Correct. So that's the problem with a lot of guys. They don't know what they want. So they say, well, what do you want? And then she says, well, I want this, 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 and this. So then he tries to be this, 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 and this, and he can't be this, this, and this.
Right.
So that's a problem with us.
So my question, I legitimately have a question about that. So saying, hey, I don't know what I want, but we do. What about saying what you don't want? Or is that not?
That's a turnoff. You don't start. You don't start anything
really,
with a negative.
It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. If you meet a man, and this is just to the ladies in the room.
Yes.
If you meet a man and you ask him what he wants, and he tells you he does not know, he has no vision. Do not waste your time.
Reggie,
No,
Dagger.
Don't waste
Not
your
true.
Oh,
time.
that's solid.
Reggie,
No, but listen
Dagger.
to me. Hear me out. Hear me out. A man is to lead. Correct?
Reggie.
He's to lead. Okay? So if a man doesn't know what he wants, he needs time. He needs time to figure out what he wants.
If he doesn't
Right?
know what he wants, how does he
Don't
know what he
invest.
wants from us?
Don't invest and don't ask him what he doesn't want because he doesn't know what he wants. So you
Oh, no.
move on.
Harv,
All right.
you got that? I don't know if I want to respond.
So
I would love to hear your response.
I would too.
What I'm going to say is, I don't ever talk about no. So I'm not going to tell you what I don't want. That just doesn't. That brings a negative energy already into the conversation.
Right.
So if
It
anybody
shouldn't
even
always have to. Just for instance, kids or no kids, like we started at the beginning of this conversation. If you
But it's
don't
an-
want kids, that's not a
But
negative.
it doesn't matter what he doesn't want. If he
Correct.
doesn't know what he wants, who cares what he doesn't want?
What he just said. He said he doesn't like to use what he doesn't want in a situation because it brings a negativity. That's
Exactly.
what he said.
correct.
Okay, but if he
But
knows he doesn't
so
want
why
kids, that's
ask
not a
him?
negative.
So
No,
why
no.
ask him? Why ask him what he doesn't want? Because why invite the negative?
Yeah.
You already
It's
know
not
what
a
he
negative
doesn't want.
because let's say I'm going on a date with him. Let's say he doesn't want kids. That's not a negative to me. It's really not. It's a preference. Not,
you-
it
so
doesn't
what's your-
have to be a negativity. Just and what makes it a negativity? Because of my end or his end? No, it's just a preference.
So let me,
I don't know about that.
all right. So let me tell you something. So, all right. Let's say we go to a restaurant and I say, "Where do you want to go?" If you start naming every places you don't want to go, I'm already out of it.
Right.
I'm already out. Like I don't do anything.
You're comparing apples and oranges.
No,
No.
I got apples and I got
Where
apples.
we're gonna have a
Green
bite to
apples,
eat and
red
something
apples.
as serious as children.
No, I'm talking about no. You're not listening to what I'm saying. So when you're talking, you can't hear what I'm saying. When I say I don't bring that negative into any part of my life at all. It's never a no. Like I have clients that they want to do diets. I don't tell them not to do anything because all you have to do is explain what the repercussions are. But I don't need to say what I don't want because that doesn't make sense. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to try not to do that. But if that's you, you're going to end up doing it sooner or later. But I'm not going to start that. I'm not going to start it off like that. So I don't do that.
Great.
Right.
So you do that no negative thing because you're the one that said you would not date anybody with children, correct?
I said I do.
Young children.
You said I prefer.
That's my preference. Correct. That's my
Okay,
preference.
so great. So, and that's what I just said. I literally just said it's a preference. It's
There
not
you go.
a whatever. So fine. Why don't you go ahead and tell everybody how you're gonna navigate that when it comes to children, not a fucking restaurant.
What are you talking about?
You
I don't wanna say what you're talking about.
You
I'm
literally
gonna
said
drink
you
some
would
more water.
refuse to date somebody with young children
Correct.
and not give it a shot because it's not what you wanted. In my opinion, that's you already, even if it's like subconsciously saying no, and you're trying to push the fact that you should not say no.
Correct.
Hey,
I
Harv,
don't understand what you're saying. You're like I
Okay.
don't know. kind of like
Let me
double talking.
let me
Hey,
bring it in
can I
for
get-
a quick second.
can I get some time here?
Brother Reg, go on. Bring it.
Just to make it clear, and I know my brother and sister are on here, and they probably know me best. You know, we've spent our lives together.
Mhm.
When when I'm saying that I do not know what I want, it's because of my choices can vary. I don't limit myself to one specific type or one thing. I get to know the person and see if that person is right for me.
Right.
Good job.
But that's not
I like
what your
that.
brother has said.
Yeah, well,
He's a different
but
person.
But here's the thing. No one can talk in. You're only closed-minded if you talk in definites. I may meet someone that has a young child. I may. Who knows? I'm not going to talk in definites because things do change. What if I do meet an amazing woman that
But
has a
that's
young
not what you said
child?
in the beginning.
It does, but things change.
Exactly, and that's what I've been trying to say. You don't know.
But you're not listening. You're not listening to what I'm saying.
You're contradicting yourself from.
No, I'm saying things change. Things change. I don't speak in, like I said, I don't speak in definites.
But you definitely did at the beginning of this podcast. You said nope.
And
said
I
that's his
also
preference.
said that if I met someone that's amazing, it doesn't really matter.
No, you didn't.
You're right. Hold on.
I just
Okay.
did.
Run it back.
Hold
no,
on.
you didn't.
Hold on.
it.
Hold on. Chelsea.
Yeah.
Hi. How you doing?
Hi.
Welcome to the zoo.
I'm listening. I just didn't want to interrupt the angry discussion.
Oh,
I'm
no,
not
this is-
angry.
this is
I'm
not angry.
I'm just joking. I just didn't want to interrupt.
Now, as you can see, you did come in late, and it's a very interesting topic we have here that we're talking about.
No, I have a lot of opinions on it. That's why I find it very interesting listening.
Fair enough. I wanted to chime in. What do you think? Again, you've missed the beginning, but I want to know, what do you think men would want in a partner? Just because you came in late, just want to hear your 2 cents about this.
So I honestly think it's really going to depend on the guy, because I'm not going to say all men are bad. I don't think that, but I will tell you I've had some pretty bad experiences. And I will admit a lot of it is my problem, my fault, because I sometimes do go for looks. I put too much, and I've realized that that's a flaw on my part. Like, I overemphasize the body and the looks, and that's kind of like what I look for first. Now I'm trying to more focus on morals and like intelligence and things like that, because I'm not saying all attractive men are bad guys, but some that I have met are not the, I guess, right choices for someone who's looking for something serious, and that's my fault. And I acknowledge that. That's my fault for kind of like trying to look past, I guess, the red flags and just seeing like a cute face, a good body, someone to work out with. But I think a actual genuine guy who wants to and ready to settle down, they're going to look for someone who puts forth effort, someone who has similar morals as them, probably someone who cares about them, because from what I've heard from actual good guys, a lot of females just expect from the man and they don't give back. And I can see that happening. My problem is I do give a lot, but then a lot of times it's the guys who don't give a shit. So then I'm just like, well, damn. But I feel like if a guy is like genuine and actually does want something serious, he like appreciates effort. It's just finding ones who actually genuinely want something and not just like, hook up or whatever.
Yeah, I think I was trying to state that for a while. That effort is a very important trait when it comes to courting someone. Because if you are putting out 80 and the other person putting out 20, what's the point? Why are you putting all that effort in somebody who's not matching that effort, right?
Yeah.
You want someone to meet you halfway at least, or even even if they're doing a little bit more, but you want to meet them with some sort of effort so you can actually meet at the middle.
So here's one thing I always get confused on, because I've heard both sides of it. I hear that guys like to chase. They say never chase a guy because a guy is like the primal member. They like to feel like they're in control and chasing. But then I've heard other guys who say like, no, they really appreciate women who put forth effort. So honestly, I hear both sides. So I never know like what's the better plan.
In your opinion, what's the difference between effort and a chase? From us females towards men.
I guess when I say, I don't mean chasing as in like you like literally are like making him grovel, but to the point like, it's okay for like the female to text like, good morning, have a good day. Whereas I guess some guys prefer that they do the communication and stuff. You know what I mean?
Like
So
the
I'm not saying-
initiation.
Yeah, so I'm not saying chases and like hang like a string in front of them and make them like literally like go through all these loops and bounds, but as in like, you know, they feel like I guess like an equal, like whereas you're putting forth just as much effort, not like them like wondering like, okay, I gotta get her, like there's you know what I mean? Like I don't know, I guess more like it's on their end to try super hard.
So it's more of
I don't
the,
know.
more of the
I don't think-
communication.
I don't think
She's
men
getting
should
it.
try too hard. I don't think a man should over try to win someone's affection. If they don't,
What's
feel
your
Yeah.
definition of over try?
it, you have to know your limits. Gotta know your limits.
Oh,
What do
No.
those look like?
You know,
Again,
unfortunately, I think a
different for
lot of,
everybody.
you know, unfortunately, I think a lot of guys, even like some of the younger guys, that's why, like, I really wanted some of my nephews to come on, is like, they look at celebrities on how that they do things, and then they try to mimic that, even though it's not a feasible, you know,
It's not realistic.
feasible
Yeah.
for them to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I
Now-
have to piggyback on Chelsea because I've been in situations too where I've given so much and I wasn't getting it back as well, and it
Me
is
too.
frustrating. It is frustrating, and nothing against you men on here. And I agree with Chelsea. There are good men out there, but it is hard to find them. It really is, because even my age, it's hard to find them. And then I was running into the problems where I was still finding them my age, and I felt like I was in high school with the problems that I was having. And again, I don't want to say all men are the same, but
Hey, Cam,
it's hard. Just hang on, Reg. And the same thing with women. There are women out here that'll go diggers. Not to say all of us on here are like that, but there are women out there that'll go diggers, and it makes us, the good ones,
Yeah.
look bad as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, it goes both ways.
Can I ask
Karen.
a question? Like, this is a little off topic, but are we allowed to do that? Like, if it's related, but like, I just am
Shoot,
genuinely
We
curious
were off
for
topic
myself.
an hour ago.
Sure.
Go on.
Okay. So, wait, now is this like recorded as in like a bunch of people are going to listen to it?
Just don't use names.
Yes. Use any name you want.
Okay,
did
I
you
just
wrong,
don't want
we'll
it to
kill him.
sound like I
Just
just don't
joking.
want it to sound like goofy, but I'm genuinely curious. Like I know Jules personally, but like I don't think I know you guys. So like I'm like a bikini competitor and I do some modeling and stuff. And I feel like sometimes what happens is like if I start talking to someone and then like they see my social media and they'll see like some of the attention I get from guys, and I feel like it scares them off. And they've even said that. And but it's like I don't care about those. Like the thing is, I'm like, have you seen those men? They're like 70-year-old creepy fat men. You know, and I don't care. Like I'm more like I love my like Jules. I love like my friends, my connections. Like I do love the people I've met on social media. It's not like I'm on there sending anybody nudes, but I feel like it's like for me, like I can appreciate like if I was dating, let's say a guy, and he posted a picture and all these girls are all over it, I'd be like, heck yeah, that's my man. You all grovel over him. But it just seems like a lot of
You
these
just
guys, it's
spoke
like,
to my soul.
but you know what I mean? Like I feel like I honestly hate it if like somebody asks for my social media. I'm like, I really don't want to give it to you because like then they're like, damn, like you have all these like thirsty men just like groveling. And but I'm like, those dudes are on every female's post. Like I don't buy into that. But you get what I mean.
I mean, I
can't relate.
I
I don't have
personally
I hear
am
what you're
not.
saying, girl.
Post.
I understand.
And I don't want that to
I
sound
really
like
don't.
Like,
I didn't want that to sound like cocky. It's just like I do think like it does cause a problem when in my head it's like stupid. It's just social media. I just like to show my progress. I like to inspire people, but it's like to them it's just like, oh, looking
I
for
hear you, girl.
attention.
We're in the same
It-
boat.
it-
High five,
Yeah,
girl.
I mean, I would
I
honestly
can't get
love
them off
to
of
hear.
me. Come on now.
I don't have I don't know that
Shoot.
situation because I have social media, but like there's not a lot of people commenting on my shit.
I don't do social media. It's too much drama.
That's
Like when
I don't
post
do it.
Okay, see,
No,
I
I'll
hate that
get
answer
like-
because it
I
doesn't
don't
have
do
to
it.
be
a
drama.
lot of comments.
It
Yeah.
does not have to be drama if you don't allow it to be.
No, I don't.
do,
It's not
I don't do
drama.
it. Yeah, I don't do it.
But
I have
am
other
curious.
reasons why I don't do it too. I have
Yes,
other
fair enough.
reasons.
If I
But,
can,
but I am
hold on,
curious.
if I can
to you
touch
guys.
back on something, because it's very important to get this out. Because Jules said something that resonated with me. The fact that he doesn't put out negative energy, and the universe is very, very huge,
Negative.
and it knows how to play with your auras, your vibes, your energy. So if you're throwing
Mhm.
out negative energy, off the bat, you're gonna get that in return. But I can understand what Jules was saying about he doesn't want to give that person that he's interested in that type of vibe because that's the first vibe that they'll
I will
see,
speak
and they'll connect
firsthand. He
negative with
texted
that
me
vibe.
yesterday something very similar. And he just said, you needed this. You needed this. You know, when I've been going through something like Jules is one of the most uplifting, positive.
Yeah.
And he literally made me smile. He actually brought a tear to my eye yesterday.
No.
I did the exact same thing as somebody, and they almost cried. They cried. I gave them all the love in the world and positive energy, and they could not handle it because I told them to fix their shit. So I said, fix your shit and be whole with yourself before you go chasing after men. Like, that's not attractive. You running after people. If you're saying you're having this issue and that issue and this issue, you're not going into a relationship to have someone help you fix you. You have to fix yourself first before getting into that.
My mom used to tell me something since middle school. Ashley, you have to take care of me before there can be a we. Meaning if I don't take care of myself first, hi, here's my kid.
What's up, buddy?
If I can't take care of me, I can't offer a we. It just, here's my 2-year-old. Say hi.
All right.
Somebody.
Hi in your room. But anyways, my point is that was very huge, and it's something I've literally talked about Wyatt a few times, because if I don't have me taken care of, I don't have it in me to do a week. And
That's true.
Off what he just said.
All right, so let me ask. I'm going to start with Tanya first. So, with everything that you've heard from the 3 men here, is there anything that we said is different from what you already thought men wanted?
No, there's nothing new under the sun. I think really if we had to summarize tonight, everybody's different. Every man has seasons and things change and can change. And women need to be a little more flexible when dating, because everybody's not where you are. But you have to know what you're willing to sacrifice or not, or whether or not you want to involve. And I just wanted to circle back with the not knowing what you want. I'm not talking about physical. I'm talking about what you need in a mate going forward. So it's not about looks and jobs and experiences and so forth. It's characteristics. It's morals, it's spiritual, it's emotional. So when someone says they don't know, I think we're both on 2 different pages, which hence is why we do the podcast, because men think differently than women. When I say a man doesn't know what he wants, that means I'm asking him, what is your ideal mate, or what do you want? He can't say it. That's a red flag. But if you ask a man, if he's telling me what he wants, he may be talking about physical attributes. That's not what I was saying. So I just wanted to clear that part.
And I still just want to clear the fact that, Jules, I'm still holding you on the line for your contradiction there. We'll chat about that later. But
You can do anything you like.
Now, this is turning into a family affair because Miss Harvey is there in the bottom corner of my screen. She had to call in. She had to say something. So you need to unmute yourself and speak on it.
I'm not muted, am I?
Lynn is here.
Lynn is here.
Lynn,
Yeah.
Oh, swipe. You'll find her. She's there. Lynn, you wanted to call in. What's up?
Hi.
there
Now.
she is. What's up, girl?
We gonna ask you.
Hi, brother. Hey, Sam.
sorry.
We're gonna ask you. You've been watching or listening or both?
I have.
Excellent.
I
So,
have.
in terms of course, your family here have stated their case. you know them better than anyone. Do you think they're in the wrong to state that they are not sure what they want in a partner and they're just concentrating on whatever they're doing in their life?
I wouldn't say that they're wrong. I say that their choice. I don't think I've chased after a man or had a man chase after me since I was 6 or 7. We don't do that when we reach a certain maturity in life. But having someone who's interested pursuing you, if they're overly interested, it borderline stalking. We don't want anything to do with that. I can't speak for all women, just Harvey women and men. As far as their choices of wanting to deal with people with children, I teach preschool. I don't want to deal with children in my relationship. I want to deal with my man. So at this point in my life, I would prefer not to date someone with children, even though I've chosen to make those adjustments. It wasn't somebody I was looking for, just something that we fell upon. For my brothers, they're in hustle mode. They're focused on their business. So a child at the moment, especially a younger child, would be a distraction for what they're trying to do with their partner, which is first to get to know their partner. Secondly, introducing our family to anybody is a challenge. So you're going to have to deal with that, and then incorporating children. That's a lot to put on somebody's plate when they're trying to start a business, be on their own, work on their house, deal with everything that they're going through. Not to say that they're, just like you stated, there may be a female out there who comes along and changes that, but for them at the moment, this is what they're choosing to do. The same with Tammy. She's choosing this. And I do believe in relationships, you have that choice. If I choose not to, you can say what you want to. I don't sleep with you. I don't deal with you. You don't pay my bills. You don't have to like my choice, just as I don't have to like yours, but you will respect it, just as I am going to respect yours. That's just the way we are. I'm a also jump on to what Tanya said, which was very on point. Women and men speak different languages. You may see it as chasing someone. We see it as interested or pursuing. That verbiage can cause a lot of damage in a relationship because of the confusion. You're looking at it this way, we're looking at it that way, and we never come together. So a relationship can never be, because we're never on the same page. We're reading out of 2 different books. So I think a lot of that comes into play. Wise. You also have to look at the maturity of people. I, for one, I don't do drama. That's never been us. We don't look for drama in relationships. We have enough to deal with. So if you're hyper, if you're, to me, disrespectful, you won't let me finish a thought, a sentence, or whatever, that right there pokes that button. So I'm gonna fall away from you. Because in order to have a conversation, you have to first be able to listen to what I'm saying. And if you're constantly cutting me off, I don't have time for that. So I'm gonna step away.
I love it. I love it all. Now,
so you guys get to see how Harveys were raised.
So now I have a group question, and I'll start with Adrian over there in the middle that I have in my screen. Do you think, or how can I word this? How much of an influence do friends and family have in the choices of a partner when it comes to your interest in the significant other?
Well,
Mm,
not a lot, because honestly, the type of men that I'm usually interested in are my type of men. They're usually my friends and my family members are like, that's what you're attracted to.
okay.
So, yeah, so not a lot, but I will say once I'm in a relationship, if someone didn't get along with like my sister, like if someone didn't like my sister, there's no way I could continue a relationship with that person. So they do need to be able to get along with my especially my family, and I would say to an extent my friends. Like if I was dating a guy who couldn't get along with my sister and my really close friends, I don't know. I can't really see the relationship, because my sister is literally a better version of me. So if someone said I don't like your sister, I would be like, well, what are you doing in a relationship with me? Because she is me.
Well, you can't say she's a better version of you. She's just a
Oh,
different
she's
version
totally
of
a
you.
better version of
That's
me.
all I'm saying. I'll go to Tanya. I want you to chime in. Do the friends or family influence a person's interest in?
Absolutely not.
Oh,
Period.
okay.
I'm much older, so I'm a very strong-minded person, and if this is what I want, then we're in different seasons. I'm much older than Adriana, is that your name? I'm sorry if I'm Adrian. I'm much older than her, so those things matter because that's the season she's in. For me, as long as he's not disrespectful to my family and friends, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. Let me chime in myself. When I was young, again, teenage ages, whatnot, I'm raised under an African house, so it's very, very different household, and the culture is very, very strong in their roots, in their upbringing, in their name. So when it came to trying to meet people, it was a certain tunnel vision that you're only supposed to meet the certain people of your own culture. I mean, that's old school. That's old school thought. So again, I only bring it up because I've experienced where I would date out of my race, and sometimes it was frowned upon. But again, over time, people got used to it. So I was wondering again, just like friends, friends would see a girl that they think is totally not who I would usually date, and they kind of chime in and kind of be that bird in my ear saying, why are you with this girl? She's not that type for you, blah, blah, blah. So again, that influence. Again, I was younger at the time, maybe even up to, 10 years ago, I was that way, where people were influenced how I would pursue a partner because they thought they knew best for me. Now, fast forward to now, I know that I know best for myself. So that's what I was trying to ask. If anybody has influenced you, be it your friends or family, on picking the type of mate you are wanting to be. Jules, you want to chime in?
Unmute myself. Yeah. I already said it doesn't. It's a everything is a respect level, and we don't have to agree with anything, and it's okay to disagree, and as long as it doesn't get out of hand, then we are all adults. So similar to what Tanya said, I'm just in a different space than I was when I was 30 or 31, 32 or 33 years old. So but I don't really think any of my family members haven't gotten along with anyone I've dated anyway. So it's really not, I don't pick trash ass girls anyway. So
here we go. Here we go. All right, then I'll ask the younger folks in our group. We'll start Well, anyone. Chelsea, go ahead. You just unmute
Okay.
yourself. Go ahead.
So is this the question about do people's opinions matter?
Well, yeah. If your friends or family influence your choice of mate.
I wouldn't say they influence, but their opinions matter to me because, like, for me, like, my family and friends are like a very important part of my life. So I spend a lot of time with them. And in my vision, what I would like to see in a potential relationship is someone that, like, I can bring with my friends on the weekends because my friends are like my family, they're like my crew. So I do like to spend time with them when I can because I'm busy, and I would like to have someone that, like, be part of that crew that I can bring around and we can all get along. Same with my family. I'd like it to be someone that can come home and it's just like, hey, and we just all click. Because otherwise, it's just kind of weird if you're with someone and my family is kind of like, I forgot who said it, but I think it was you. Like, my family's super accepting, and so are my friends. So for them, like, not to like someone, and usually they're right because that has happened where they didn't tell me no, but they kind of warned me of stuff they heard or knew, and I wish I had listened in the first place because it all came back around to slap me because I know, like, their intentions are right for me. So I'm not going to say, like, they influence me per se, but it definitely does make a difference to me. It's a good sign if, like, I bring someone around and they just vibe well, and it's like my family and friends, like, enjoy them, because otherwise it's just kind of weird because you can't all be together and spend time together.
How about you, Ashley? What's your take on this?
All right. I mean, like, I'm 31, and I've always been a daddy's girl, and I'm sure it's not uncommon that no dad likes the person their daughter dates. When I was growing up, like, through high school, college, I kind of dismissed it, but I can definitely see where my dad was coming from. I didn't really care about too many other opinions personally. Since being in my adult life, things I never thought mattered. And it's not necessarily a family member or a friend's opinion of the person, but their opinion on a situation or concern that they had. And so while I don't ever let friends, family, nobody decide for me, as long as you're not disrespectful to my family, let's figure this out and let's try to figure out how to show them that their suspicions or their whatever isn't correct, or vice versa even. I mean, for instance, to kind of flip the role a little bit, my son's dad's mom and sister liked me. Well, they liked me, then didn't like me when they seen how strong of a female I was, because my son's dad never had another very strong female person in their life. And it created World War III for a little bit. And then it was a long road, but at the end of the day, I just stood my ground with who I was as a person. And I would hope that he would do the same. Obviously he didn't, but just everything can be mended as long as there's respect.
Respect is the key. Most definitely. Man, a lot of fire. Oh, Lynn, I know Lynn has something to say. Yep, I saw her point at me. Go on now, girl.
Cut it out. I will say that the influence that my family has on relationships with me is just the character. Like, when I'm looking for someone to deal with, they have to bring a certain gentleman ways with them. There are certain things that I grew up with my brothers and stuff that I don't accept from other people. Like, if I'm dealing with you, I'm expecting my brothers, I'm protected. So I need to know that I'm protected if I'm dealing with you. I know that if there's something I want, I know that I'm going to get it. It's not like I'm going to get it, but you know what I mean? You're going to take care of certain things for me because that's what I'm used to with my brother. So that that standard, yes, that is a strong influence on the person that I'm dealing with, like what I'm looking for. As far as their opinion, I don't focus a whole lot on their opinion because of the fact that they know I don't have time for BS. So I know when I bring somebody to the table or around them, it's not going to be any Joe Schmo. It's not going to be no bum. It's going to be someone that they're going to want to deal with, want to get to know, because I'm bringing them around. And they also know that I'm funny. I don't introduce my son to people until there's a certain level of trust and respect for it. Just even seeing if you're going to make it through that time. If you're not going to make it through the probation period, if you can't meet my son, you definitely are not meeting my brothers and the rest of my family. So
how long is probation?
Depends on you.
I only ask because I'm a prison guard, so I'm like,
so I get to make that decision.
When you say probation, that's damn long. Go on, girl.
I got something.
Yeah, go on.
I've been dating this gentleman for a year and 3 months, and only person he's met in my family is my father. He has not met my children. He has met nobody else in the family. He's still on probation. He will stay on probation until I feel like he needs to meet my family. And that's just only, and I will say, because of my previous relationship that I was in for 7 years, that's the reason why. Until I feel comfortable enough to allow him to visit my other family members, I'm not comfortable yet. I'm just not comfortable yet.
Okay.
Until I feel comfortable enough, then he'll meet my children. I mean, my children know about him. My other siblings know about him, but they haven't met him. The only person I will say has met him is my father, and that's it.
Okay, so I'm going to dive into this situation right now, because you're saying that these guys are in a state of probation. Are you saying that your last relationship is dictating your current relationship? Is that correct, based on what you're saying?
I hate to say that it is.
Now, is that fair for the person that is courting you? Because if I did that, I would trust no woman, because
and he knows.
I was treated.
I agree. Before. I agree with you. I totally agree with you, quadrillion %. I would not argue with you with that. And he knows that. I've met everyone in his family but his mother, because he was married for 16 years and had a bad marriage. Okay. And he's holding that against me. And I'm not mad at him for that. But also within a year and a couple of months, a year and 3 months that we've been seeing each other, we've also had some rough patches. Okay. So until I feel, and I'm being the most honest I could be, that is my reasons why. Until I know for sure that this is the one, I'm not ready to introduce him to, especially to my children or to my family.
Okay, all right. Tanya, hit me up.
Hey. No. Uh-oh. No. So first off, and trust me, this is coming from a very loving place. I'm not putting anybody on blast, and we're all in here to help each other. But when I hear something like that, that means the two of you have not healed from your previous relationship. Because when you start a relationship with the distrust, or I won't do that in the next relationship, you have not walked through and been very transparent and very honest with yourself at your responsibility in that relationship, and grew from that and learned from that and moved on. So when you take that into a new relationship, you're not going to be his mom because he's not going to meet your family. And so what does that mean? We're going to constantly be this way? How do you build a life that way? So
I'm not doing it because of him. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm not doing it because of what he's doing, but I'm doing it for myself because that's it. But I agree with you.
But what I'm saying is, when you are healed You go into a relationship and you are open.
Exactly. And that's why I say I agree with you.
You don't put restrictions on the new love based on the old love. What you do is you take into account what you learned in the previous relationship.
Exactly.
And if you see those trends or those red flags that are similar to what you've experienced, and then you change, you course correct according to that. But you can't go into a new relationship carrying baggage from the other relationship. So when I say you both need to heal, there are barriers that you are creating in the relationship because you're bringing past hurts from the previous. And that's never going to be a healthy relationship because you haven't dealt with that.
Right. But the issues that we're having isn't the same as
exactly. And that's my point. That's my point exactly. You're telling me that the new issues don't even have anything to do with the old issues.
Exactly.
But you're bringing the old issues
into the new one.
You see what I'm saying? So,
yes.
So even if the new issues have nothing to do with it, you're still bringing that old issue in. So where do you go when you're in a relationship where you are already restricting pieces of you?
Right. Right.
And there's never a time when you are fully exposed, because love is exposure. Love is going to, we already know when you go into love, you have to love all the way.
All of it.
You can't do it halfway. You can't start a race and then stop at the middle and say, okay, well, this is as far as I'm going to go. So bring the finish line to me. It doesn't work that way. Yes. Right?
Absolutely.
Nothing in life worth working for works that way. You can't start a business today and be a millionaire tomorrow.
Exactly.
Everything requires work. Everything requires a process. And in order for me to start a business, I got to first do my research. I got to first know what I'm willing to put into it. I got to first know, do I have the stamina? Like, I have to do a self-check before I do it. And I'm using that as an analogy because a lot of us are small business owners.
No, you're right.
It's the same thing with business. It's the same thing with love. I have to say, Tanya, are you really ready to give this a chance? And if I can't say that, then I need to do some work.
Right.
Hey, Hart.
Amen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, just to let them know, I bring a girl around my family. They treat her like she'd have hit the lottery.
You're the prize right there. You're the prize. Okay. Now,
shocking to me.
So to talk about like what Tanya and Tammy was talking about, me and Tammy just had this conversation last night.
Yep.
Because as Twitter goes, I honestly believe in and out of every relationship, or just in general, people need some type of counseling.
Yes.
And it's piggybacking off of what Tanya's saying, but we literally talked about this last night. Like we were sitting in my dad's living room talking about it last night. It's like we all need counseling.
And that's why I said I know I need counseling because what things that occurred in my past leading up to now.
Right.
So you're handicapping yourself in this process of new love because of old love that didn't go right. So what I was taking from what Tanya was saying is that you're restricting yourself, that this person could do a 180 with that guy that you had issues with, and he could have healed or even surprised you with whatever reaction you had with the old situation. I mean, I don't know what happened. I'm just saying you're restricting him because he could show you a whole different reaction to whatever went bad to your first one or the last one you had before him, and he could blow your mind, and he could and the issues you have now with him could not exist. It's almost like, I mean, I hate to say, it's almost like a different timeline, because you have this timeline right now, now with him. If you went back in time and you let him in fully, you're going on a whole new timeline that could be amazing. Rather not having that issue right now that you're having it back and forth, whatever you're having with this current situation. You know what I'm saying? So,
but you know what's funny? He's never even asked me why I haven't been going around my family. That's the weird thing. He's never even
Respecting
questioned
you.
it.
He's respecting you. That's why.
Like
He's not
he's
pushing the
never
envelope.
questioned.
He's not
He's
pushing you
never
because
questioned it. And that's
he
what kind of
really-
surprised me.
He really likes you. So because of that, he's not pushing or chasing to get to that next step. He is
Mhm.
respecting and is living in the now. And that's
Right.
an amazing man you have because
Mhm.
he's honestly wanting to build something with you. Right? If someone is there and they know that you have a certain thing about your family, and they're not
Mhm.
saying, "Hey, when do I get to see your mom, or when do you get to see your dad, or whatever, or your kids,
Right.
whatever," that's somebody who's anxious just to get to the finish line.
Right.
There's an ulterior goal for that person. If this
Gotcha.
person is sitting in the moment and is enjoying what you have given to him,
Mm-hmm.
that's it right there. That's gold. You've hit the gold mine right there. Now you have
Okay.
to just keep on mining, and just keep on collecting all that gold from it, because that's a
Right.
keeper right there. Now again, I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm just saying
Oh,
he is
he's
in
not.
the moment with you, right? He's
That's
accepting
another
and
podcast
respecting
we
you.
need to talk.
Oh,
That's another
definitely.
podcast we can talk about.
I hear you. But that's what I'm saying. So
Right.
you're in a great spot because he's respecting you. It's
Mm-hmm.
unfortunate that he didn't get all of you from the start, because
Right.
you never know where you would be if you showed him your full hand at the
Right.
beginning of this, right? So it would be
Right.
a whole different spectrum of what type of
Yeah,
feeling
you could
have
be
with him
married,
right now.
girl.
Okay?
Oh, I'm not getting married again.
Oh,
I
you
know,
never
but
know.
I'm just
You
saying.
never know.
No. No.
All right,
Mm-mm.
all right.
Not getting married
I
again.
mean,
Jewel,
but
Not
that,
happening.
Jewel said, never
I'm
say
never
never.
getting
Never
married
say
again.
never. cuz
Jewel
Never.
said, your
No,
brother said, no, your brother said,
This Harvey can say never. No. My last divorce, nope.
right.
Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm
So-
dying as a Harvey.
But
I
you're
will
not
die as a
doing
Harvey.
it. You're not doing it, or you don't want to do it again because you had a bad experience.
ooh,
See,
it's coming back again.
Yes,
I
that
mean,
too. And
hear
he-
what
and
you're
he's-
saying. Hear
Yes,
what you're saying. That's like,
Yes.
okay, a prime example.
I just.
I got
mm-mm.
sick as a dog off of cabbage when I was 10. Like
Mhm.
almost to a point where I had to go to the hospital and get my stomach pumped. It was just bad.
Right.
So I could have lived the rest of my life not eating cabbage because of that one bad situation, right?
true.
Yes.
And I know I'm bringing it down to the lowest denominator, but
Right.
I'm just using it as an analogy. But I still had cabbage again because guess what? That was
Mhm.
one bad experience. That does not say all the cabbage is bad.
But I've had two, and I'm
But that's because
done.
you never healed from the first one, baby. Listen
Forgot to
what
take the
I'm
Pepto.
saying. You
didn't take that Pepto.
You need to hire me to
Fix
be your
that
coach.
stomach first.
Yes, I
Take
did.
another
And
bite.
no, get this. And
I
the guy
need to
I'm
help
dating
you.
now, part-time job, he's a counselor. So he's
Well,
always
that's probably why
analyzing me.
he's got the patience of a Job. But I'm not that type of counselor.
I'm still on the
And I'm gonna give you
podcast.
your shit, and I'm gonna tell you. No.
I'm still on. My dad wanted to know if I'm still on the podcast.
I'm gonna interject because I think what Tanya said was important.
What's that, Lynn? What's that,
What she
sis?
stated was a lot of times people don't take the time to self-reflect on themselves first. Before you start any relationship, you first got to know yourself and know what you want. So you're bringing your old baggage from your old house into your new mansion, and that's making your new mansion ugly from day one.
It's
It
outdated.
never had a chance. You
Like bad
I was
wallpaper.
single. I was single for 3 years.
Okay.
I
Just
did-
because you're single doesn't mean
That
you're
doesn't have
investing in
anything
yourself.
to do with anything. Where you
Right.
working
I
on
did
you
work
in
on
those 3
My
years?
stuff. The only thing I didn't do was the counseling part.
Then you
So-
didn't finish the process. That's
So-
part of the process.
so so being single doesn't
True.
always mean that you're available.
Correct.
Exactly.
Right, but I
Correct.
worked on.
Correct. Wise
Exactly.
words.
Gotcha.
Wise words.
Well,
from
y'all have
Susan
to
Harv.
understand single. Yes.
From my
yes.
brother.
I'm gonna need you to hit me up after this, and we need to talk.
See?
But anyway,
Okay.
Counselor,
I will.
help me out.
I will.
I mean,
Bothering
like I would actually like everybody to. I mean, obviously, I reach out to my family and everybody else. Anyway, I would actually like everyone to reach out and connect because it's like these conversations
Absolutely.
are important because all of you guys have kids and everything that we're talking about, they're gonna have to go through.
Yeah.
So it's important.
Mhm.
It's important that we share the knowledge that we have. But I think this was only part one of the show. I would really love to hear
what women want.
what women actually want.
Yeah.
I mean, that is going to be part two of what we're going to be doing. And so Tanya put her information in the
Put it in
chat.
the chat. Yes, ma'am. So
So how
just,
do I check it?
Yeah. Hit the more. Are you on an iPhone?
Yes, the more.
At the bottom right is a more with 3 dots.
Okay.
Click
Yes,
on
I saw
that,
that.
and then go to chat.
Mhm.
Select chat. So
Okay.
yeah, I think that's great. I think we should
Okay,
do
I'll
it and maybe next week, same time, and we really can talk about it. You know, us women, we got a lot to say. So
But here's the
Yeah.
thing. I'm actually going to let y'all talk.
What?
I'm actually going to let them talk.
You mean they're gonna let wait? Like they let us
Wait.
talk?
Yeah, because you
I'm
meant
just
it really.
saying. I didn't get all. Listen, I got flush from. You know what? I'm not. Sip my tea. Nope.
I'm
Not gonna go back on that.
I think you should have a moderator.
I was the moderator. I was out. I was out joasted.
I will volunteer to moderate, so that everyone has a say, everyone has a
It's
turn,
a wonderful thing.
and everybody shares the mic. And then what we'll do is when a person wants to say something, we want them to put their question in the chat.
Okay.
And then when that person finishes,
Okay.
then we can read that question.
Okay.
And then that way we can flow a little bit better and everybody will get an opportunity to speak.
I mean, Tunde, he can literally mute everybody.
I could,
Okay,
but
next time you need to literally mute people.
Yes.
It's just tough to have a conversation when
yeah,
you
I
can't
mean,
finish
and
the
I'm
thought.
not, and I'm not trying to embarrass people. I understand there's a lot of passion in what people say or feel, so I don't want to cut somebody short. But again, we have to understand. We have to also understand that we have to respect everybody's time and their opinion. So give everybody a chance to speak on what they're passionate about. Because if we keep
Absolutely.
on talking over each
Right.
other, I mean, you'll miss half of what was being said. I mean, there was a point where I was trying to listen to Jules and I couldn't hear it at all, and I had to just
And
tune
hear
out.
him.
I just heard a battle. So again, hopefully, for our next show, if you guys all love to come back and do it again, we will do it again,
Absolutely.
and we'll touch base on the I guess the woman's side of things in terms of what they're looking for. Now again, just so you know, I was doing my I'm not gonna fit. I'll wait till next show to tell you my results for my quiz because I'm not done yet. But I really think people should do the quiz, the 5 love languages, just to understand themselves.
Can you put it in
better.
the chat?
What's that?
Can you put it in the chat?
Most definitely. I'll put it in
Okay.
the chat. We definitely think people should connect a bit more if they understand themselves better, right? There's 2 sides to every coin. There's 2 people involved in a relationship. So you have to make sure that you are oops, let me just put that for everybody. My apologies. There's always different aspects. Again, it's not black and white. There's a lot of gray when it comes to meeting people. You got to make sure that you have to be open, honest, and versatile. Because you never know. You could end up in love with a man who is in, I don't know, Taiwan, who is a Buddha guy. I don't know, right? Anything is possible. Online dating is available. Saying you could end up with a Russian guy or girl who you've met that looks great and connects. And again, I just don't like people restricting themselves. when it comes to meeting people, because it's not fair to restrict yourself, because you never know what can happen if you actually just be you with that person. That person can just elevate you without even you knowing, make you feel cloud nine just by you talking to them. And it's happened to me recently. It happened to me talking to people, and I'm like, wow, this person gets it, or this person really knows how to say things. Let's go further and let's find out more, right? So again, you got to be open, honest, and versatile when it comes to meeting people. But we're definitely gonna touch base on this again. We'll definitely give you guys a time and a date to do this. If we want to probably start earlier, I don't know how everybody's schedule is. I know it gets late up there because it's probably 9, I guess 9:15 right now for most of you folks. It's only
it's
8:15 for me, so
it's
Yes.
9:14 here,
Yeah.
and I'm like
so-
I'm like at 39% on my phone too.
see? Okay,
Girl, I
so
had to plug
so-
mine up. So I
so-
sat at the dining room table. So I
you were running
got
around
plugged,
everywhere.
so-
But yes, I want to thank everybody that participated. The people in the chat, the chat was fire. I'm looking at the chat in Facebook, and it was blowing up with people with their own experiences. They're putting it in there because, again, it's not new. This is not new to people. It's just people don't know that other people are going through the same things that we're going through. So when you put it out there, like a forum like this, they'll say, hey, I don't feel as bad, or I don't feel as dumb because this person did it, or that person did it. Oh, I should do this next time because there's a whole different way of tackling relationships. And it's probably the biggest topic in the world right now because of, how we are as humans. But I want to thank all my guests again. Harv, you've done it again with an amazing panel of people. Although you kind of bombarded it with your family. That's not fair.
I'll try to get some people to come on next week. So
But yeah, we
or
got
whenever we do it, just
Hey,
give me a heads up so I can
yeah,
invite.
we'll put it out there. We'll just have a bit of a more organized platform. So I do apologize. Like I said, when it started, I had a big lightning bolt come through and everything went kaput. So I do apologize. This will start probably 20 minutes in to what you guys were talking about. But again, hope to have a nice full conversation next time with you guys. Try to enjoy the rest of your evening. And again, if you're on Facebook, look for us. We like to talk to people.
Yes.
I like to talk to people. I've talked to Tanya a few times after this, so it's great.
Yes,
So
And
again,
Tanya,
we're-
I will hit you up tomorrow.
please
There you
do,
go.
please
There you
do.
go.
I
And
will.
listen,
I will.
The number
Excellent.
one thing women want is
Ooh,
Hold on. What was that?
hold on, let me-
Say those last-
I thought she said sandwiches.
I was just gonna put that in. See, that's the cheat code right there. Consistency. Got it. See, I'm done now. Not. All right, folks. You guys have a great
Alrighty.
evening. We'll
You
talk
too.
again soon.
Bye, everybody.
bye.
Check
Have
us
a
out
good
next
evening,
week.
guys.
You
Big love,
too.
thank you to all the guests that are on and offline.
Bye. Thank you for the invite.
Oh,
Thank
no
you.
Yes,
problem.
thank
We'll
you
do it
as
again
well.
soon, folks.
Thank you, Hor. Bye, Reg.
All right.
Bye, Lynn.
Bye,
All right.
love.
All right.
Anyway,
Bye.
folks, we're out.